So I'm kind of feeling today is a lazy Sunday, hence my coffee still, my blanket, my pillow. I just kind of figured it'd be a chill day.
Yeah,
Yeah. And
I'm down with that noise.
I am too.
Speaking of noise, I can hear the rain.
Fuck this rain. Who needs rain anyway? Are you fixing my mic?
Yeah, it's gotta be like
I
it's
hate
not. It
these
doesn't
mics.
take it doesn't pick up there. It picks up here.
What about yours? Same one?
Well, yeah, they're all the same.
Oh, I thought we had one that's not a directional.
No.
Oh. Yeah, but who needs this rain anymore? I'm done with it. But you know what? There's
What?
sunny days ahead.
I can't wait. You know what? I don't know why. I truly I don't know why, but like my whole life, once May, not even the beginning of May, there's like a certain point in the month of May where you start to get like the constant nice weather,
Mm-hmm.
you know, where you can drive with all the windows down or the top down and all that shit.
And
Like
blast the music and just relax.
there's a certain point in May that's like just feels like Van Halen. All right, it's time for Van Halen and Motley Crue.
Well, I don't think we hit it today with a high of like 52 degrees. It's kind of not feeling like a spring day.
No, I agree.
But thinking about like with weather coming up and summer and everything, what is your bucket list for this summer? Figuring this is probably the first summer I'm not being under the knife with some kind of surgery or anything. What's like kind of a couple things you want to do?
Well, we briefly talked about it yesterday. Actually, I don't know. We didn't talk about it on air yesterday, but in private we talked about it. Um, I really, I really want to do a uh, a boat trip with Mike and Sherry. I mean, obviously, it depends on them, their
Right.
schedule and all that stuff. But that's one thing I'd really like to do. You know, uh, the fact that we have such good close friends like that, and they do enjoy us around. At least I think they do. But no,
I
uh,
hope so.
no, I love them. I love them both so dearly. But
Go on like a little excursion.
yeah, I mean, last year we talked about it, and because of schedules, shit just kind of fell through. Um, Taking the sailboat up to what was it, Mackinac?
Yeah, but then I think we were talking about somewhere closer a little bit. I don't, there's a part of me that's kind of wondering, like, I probably would have to get like that, what is it, for motion sickness.
Oh, Dramamine.
Because when we spent the night on the boat, and I remember the next day it was high winds. And I remember waking up and it's like you're rocking. And it's just kind of like
and
at
hung
first it was okay, and then all of a sudden I started getting a little woozy, like oof.
and hung over on top of it.
Yeah, but I'm trying to think like
There's like
something.
no way I can't not like.
Are you having issues
I
there?
I need a new boom.
I'm sorry. I got the
Anyways,
good one. I stole yours.
yeah, you did steal it. That's all right. Sorry. Go ahead.
But I'm trying to think kind of like what I would want to do for a bucket list for a summer. I would really love to find somewhere and do a hot air balloon ride. Not just the kind that go up
That
and
just gave me
down.
anxiety.
Really?
Yeah.
Why? You were talking about yesterday about flying in an old.
World War II airplane still with
Yeah,
bolt holes in it. Yes,
right.
that's amazing.
But
Hell
how would
yeah.
you be?
Okay, that's an airplane.
Yeah, that
You're
still can
talking about
fall.
going up in a balloon in a freaking basket.
Yeah, but below that airplane
that
floor,
can
there's still
hold on,
nothing.
hold on. That can explode.
The chances of it really exploding, though,
I mean, look. I know I'm.
I'm really surprised that
What would you
like
call it? Would you call me a thrill seeker?
Mm-mm.
Not a thrill seeker. I'm kind of a fuck it, let's do it.
I think I'm more of a thrill seeker than you. Would you do parasailing?
Yeah.
Oh, you will.
I would I I actually do want to do skydiving.
I would like to, but I think I would have to have somebody literally push me out of the plane. I seriously would. Because I always thought that would be cool to do. Then all of a sudden, I think when it came down to it, of like looking out the plane, no, somebody would literally have to push me.
I'll tell you what, I loved flying in the Black Hawks in the Army.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see, what have I flown in? There was that World War II plane I talked about.
Right.
Obviously, commercial airliners. Um, I've flown in Black Hawks.
What's that like?
A Black Hawk?
Yeah.
It's like flying.
I don't know. No, I'm asking because I don't know the difference.
It's fun.
Is it a bigger? Which one is the big one that you were saying like they can carry a car in or whatever?
Oh, I was getting to that. So I've flown, like I said, I've flown in Black Hawks. I've flown in Chinooks, and that's the one you're thinking of. They've
Okay.
got the dual rotors.
Yes.
That is a very nimble aircraft. Very, very nimble aircraft. Not only that,
Is it like super loud?
well, yeah, it can be. I mean, any helicopter is going to be loud, but not only are they very nimble, they're troop carriers. I mean, you can transport a lot of people in one,
Right.
but also their primary function, and I say that kind of like that, is they carry things like sling load stuff. Sling load meaning, okay,
Oh, like supplies, like the big box of supplies and stuff like that.
yeah, well, fuel blips, blivets, sorry, fuel blivets. You can harness up a Humvee, an up armored Humvee,
Mm-hmm.
and you'll pick it up and take it wherever the hell you want to.
Oh,
And like I said, the cargo hull is very large because you can transport a lot of people in it, but you can also, you know, stocks of ammunition or two vehicles or whatever. They're an they're an awesome bird in the military. Uh, Helicopters are referred to as birds.
right.
But anyways, so Black Hawks, Chinooks, um, C-130. Look, a C-130 is actually a badass plane. It really is. It's a propeller plane. Excuse me. Um, it's an old plane that is still used today, primarily for troop transport. Now, it's a badass plane. But the reason I cringe when I say C-130
Mm-hmm.
is because you are stuffed in there like sardines, and
Oh, so it's a small one.
it's miserable. It's absolutely miserable when it comes to, again, troop transport, because you can't move when you're in there. Like, not only are you right neck, like
Squished
you're
together.
squished. The person in front of you, their knees are right here.
Oh, so you're practically sitting on top of one another.
Oh, it's miserable. And it's like, hey, we're getting on this plane, we're getting on this flight to fly for like 2 or more hours.
And you
There
can't
is
probably
no
wait to get off of it.
there is no bathroom.
Well, what the hell do you do? Pee in a bag?
Actually, yeah.
Seriously? Oh,
There's a little spot along the wall. Like, if you absolutely like, you cannot hold it First of all, you gotta get up out of the people around you, attempt to make your way to that.
Fun stuff.
And there's like this bladder thing like attached to the wall. Yeah, there's no bathroom.
Well,
And
speaking.
you're like this the whole time.
Yeah, no, thank
For
you.
two or more hours. It's like, just fucking kill me. Somebody shoot us down. Just somebody fucking shoot us down. I'm done.
Well, speaking of like what you were saying earlier of going parasailing, that then opened up my idea for Virginia
Oh yeah.
because how I was telling you earlier, like the sailboat charters and everything, they're an hour away, and if we're not renting a car, to lift is going to cost $100 to get there.
So it'd be
So
$100 to get there, plus the what 200 something bucks for the charter.
it's like what that one was, I think 250, and then you're looking for about a $200 round trip car ride. So
That's just not worth it to me.
right, for $500-600,
As much as I want to.
I'd much rather have a longer time. So in turn, they have the parasailing there, and we can do the parasailing. I've done it before. It's really fun. Until all of a sudden, when I finally got down, and they dipped us, they asked if we wanted to go in the water, and I was like, I don't know if I really want to. And they dipped our feet in the water and brought us back up. And as we're all the way up there, because it was in the Carolinas that I actually did parasailing, but I'm thinking, holy shit, I don't know how to swim at all.
And you thought that was a good idea.
We're 800 feet up in the sky, and I'm like thinking, and then I'm not only that, but I don't think I'll ever say dip my feet again, because not even thinking like, wow, you're in, the ocean, there's sharks and everything. And I saw one that the people on there were freaking out because they got dunked and there were sharks right there, and they're screaming for the people to pull them back up into the sky. So after I saw that, I was like, yeah, I don't know if I'd want to get dunked, but I'll definitely do the parasailing again. So we should do that. I think it would be cool. And the other thing I saw, speaking of seeing things online.
Are you seeing things now?
Yeah, I am. Ghosts.
What are you seeing?
I'm seeing ghosts.
I see dead people.
Who do you think built the pyramids?
Elvis.
Yeah. Really? There's been so many.
You know what? I'll tell you what.
Theories.
I know. You know who built the pyramids?
I know people.
The Egyptian slaves did. That's who did.
But how? Think about it. They're still standing today. And we build shit anymore that doesn't last 10 years.
Well, when they say craftsmanship is kind of a lost art.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. They need to bring back that shit again. So yesterday, we were talking about something.
Oh boy.
And I want this summer for my bucket list.
Yeah.
I want to go on a wildlife safari in Indiana.
I thought you were about to say India. I was like, fuck yeah,
You
let's
can't
do that
even
shit.
get me to go to like anywhere out of the United States, yet alone. Yeah. No.
What the hell kind of wildlife safari are you going to get in
Do you
Indiana?
want to know?
Well, I kind of have to now.
Okay. So it takes about 4 hours and 15 minutes from here. So of course we would have to stay the night somewhere. And they do have like lodging there too. And they have my favorite animal there. They have a sloth. You get to not only have an excursion behind the scenes with elephants, giraffes, and sloths. They go and they do this whole wildlife excursion behind the scenes where you can learn about them, feed them, wash them, hang out with them, everything. That is like perfect.
Hold on. I can see somebody. I want to watch the sloth. I want to watch it.
I would totally wash it. They're so cute. And so when I saw that today, I was like, oh my gosh, it's called Wilstem Wildlife Park. And
Okay.
it's just, it's probably like maybe 45 minutes, an hour south of Indianapolis. You grew up in Indiana. I'm surprised you never heard of it.
I did not
Or
grow
not,
up
well,
in
not grow
Indiana.
up in Indiana, but I mean, you lived in Indiana for a while. I'm surprised you never heard of it. And it's not expensive
Yeah,
either.
because when I think of a wildlife safari, I think of Africa.
Oh, Cody, hey.
What's up, brother? Thanks for joining us, man.
So I
You're right. You're right. Every stone is cut perfect when we were talking about the pyramids.
oh, okay.
And that once
Well,
again,
that's why I think aliens.
it,
It's not the people.
listen,
It's not the slaves.
have you seen Greek marble statues?
Do you think slaves knew how to do precise measurements? It's
Yes,
aliens.
they did because they didn't want to get killed.
No, because underneath the pyramids are alien like substations and
Oh
everything.
boy, here we go.
Come on, think about it. We're not obviously the only people or human being or life in the whole freaking universe
You know,
and
I love
galaxies and
you know
everything.
what I like? What I actually really intrigues me is the theory behind octopus.
That they're like a alien
That
species, kind of.
yes,
I could totally see it.
I actually really that intrigues the hell out of me, and it is very, you know,
They're smart as hell too.
it's very what's the word? Likely, I guess.
To
Like
be an ET.
you can't. It's not easy to pass off as you know what I mean. So because what did they say? They have a DNA structure that what is it is not found anywhere on this planet.
How can anyone eat its tentacles?
Fried.
No, I've seen them where they don't even fry. And
No, I know.
like, ew.
I'm done.
Let me pull the tentacle out. Is it like sticks down your whole airway pipe and everything?
I'll put a tentacle down your airway.
but
Moving on.
but really, for a summer bucket list, we should totally do it.
Oh, okay.
And then I get to take care of a
Wait a minute.
giraffe, an
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
elephant,
Wait a
and a
minute. Wait a minute.
sloth.
Let me take that okay back because do what?
The whole wildlife, like
Oh,
safari.
the Indiana Safari.
Yes.
Oh, if you want
I
to
mean,
do it.
come on. An elephant. You get to wash an elephant and, you know, feed it peanuts and the sloth. I guarantee you'll fall in love with it. You'll want to take it home.
The elephant?
No, the sloth. We'll have to
I'll
hijack it and hide it and run away with it.
I'll smugger.
A smugger? What the hell is a smugger? I'll
Get out.
smugger it.
I'll
I'll
smuggle
you.
a fucking lion home.
I think you have better chances seeing Jesus.
I mean, I might see Jesus in the process, but
Nice.
it's beside the point.
But, yep. So we are going to find time to do that this summer.
Sure. Okay.
Wildlife safari in Indiana. Noted. Check.
So what was it you were wanting to talk about?
That.
No. Oh, is that the place?
That's the place. That,
Okay.
That's like the place I completely forgot about. I saw it a couple years ago and then I completely forgot about it until now. I was thinking of the sloth stuff.
Oh, okay. But you know, I wish I could say it was a nice, beautiful Sunday.
It's a shitty Sunday.
But I can like literally hear it pouring right now. It's like, what the fuck, man? But you know, it is a chill Sunday. I don't know what.
It is. I'm just gonna, get all comfy here. I am.
So
So,
I got excited today because listen,
oh yes, you did.
I
You
have
got completely excited about it.
all right. I finally got to put out. I have a collection of Hot Wheels, and they've been under our bed in the packaging for what, like 3 years,
Collecting.
and I keep getting more. But
I know where to put
finally
'em.
being able to, like, because I haven't been able to find a spot to put them, and I finally came up with an idea for a shelf in the shop here, and I put them all up, and she's laughing at me like, "Oh, you're so simple," or what? How'd you put it?
It just it was kind of cute because you were so excited to put up a shelf and put your cars out.
Oh yeah.
It was just the simplest thing that made you completely happy at the moment. It was kind of like an adult cuteness moment.
Now I got to get my big Hot Wheels going.
Yeah, that's going to take time.
Just a little bit,
Yeah.
you know.
So,
Buttons on your shirt.
no. I got strings on my shirt.
What about ghosts did you want to did you have ghosts written down?
Yeah. Do you believe in ghosts? The paranormal, I should say. You see ghosts and you think of stupid shit.
Do
But
you
like,
believe in magic?
you know how they say people have sleep paralysis?
Yeah.
Okay. In the old bedroom that is now an empty bed, a guest bedroom, that was my old bedroom. And for some reason, that room always kind of freaked me out. Like the closet door always had to be closed, like couldn't be cracked open. And
Monsters Inc.
yes. And
Mike
I
Wazowski.
had that whole feeling of sleep paralysis. Like I was terrified. I woke up and it felt like something was hovering over me and I could not move. And I was wide awake. I wasn't sleeping. And I just felt like I could not move. I wanted to jump out of the room, out of the bed and out of the room, and I couldn't. And then they always say, like, in theory of thinking of paranormal, that something is there. And then other theories that try to knock it are saying, like, it's just your body. You were dreaming, but it's like, no, I wasn't dreaming. I was completely awake.
I tell you what. Um. So Ryan and Ashley used to live in Grant Park.
Okay.
Okay. Years and years ago, and they lived in this house, this super old house that they was like, this motherfucker's haunted. Um. Chris and his wife, and then I was married at the time.
Mm-hmm.
We'd go and hang out there every great so often, whatever. There was one time, Brandy and I and the kids spent the night. Was it was I think it was just Trini and Lana at the time. Anyways, regardless, we spent the night there one time, you know, and I, I remember him saying it was something about the ghost of it was a female, might have been in her teens,
Mm-hmm.
or okay, I'll say this, anywhere between her teens and 40s maybe.
That's a
I know that's
big.
I know that's broad, but listen, we're going off my memory here, and that was a long fucking time ago. Anyways, the room that we stayed in to sleep in, we're laying into bed, and I'm laying there. I was laying on my back, and trying to go to sleep, like, all right, because we all hung out. I think we watched at the time the brand new Resident Evil movie
Okay.
or something. I don't know. We were all having drinks, whatever. So that's why one of the reasons we stayed. And laying there going to bed, and I remember because I don't write off the paranormal type shit. I'm not a complete I don't believe.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a 110% I do believe.
But did you have something happen?
Yes. So I'm laying there. There's da 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 da. And all of a sudden, I felt like this whole weight come down on me
Mm-hmm.
to where like I actually sunk just a tiny bit into the mattress and I couldn't breathe and couldn't really move. And I was like,
So you kind of had the same thing like I had then.
oh, I was like, and I remember finally being able to get out, get off of me, and it stopped. I was like, what the fuck? Holy shit, dude.
Like, what just happened right now?
You know, then I went to sleep. But yeah, I couldn't believe that. I'll never forget that. I was like, that was weird as fuck.
Now, what would you do if you literally saw like an entity? Like, what would you do? Like, say, in our house, all of a sudden you wake up in the middle of the night and you're going through the kitchen and that, and you literally see something. What do you
Well,
think you would do?
well, if the usual stuff didn't work, I'd probably just run.
You would just run.
But okay, for the
You'd run
oh,
away.
hold on a second. That for you and whoever is watching, that probably went way the fuck over y'all's heads because that was a direct quote. Well, kind of a direct quote from the movie Ghostbusters, the first one.
Oh
Okay,
God.
so at the beginning of the first Ghostbusters, they're in the library, right?
Yeah, I remember that.
And they're downstairs, and they see
Oh yeah,
that
the
float the
lady.
lady,
Yes.
and she's all like, "Shh,"
Yeah.
and then he pulls the boys back. He's like, "All right, what was it? Something about right before that, one of them or all of them or something said something to the effect of they never they'd never done anything like that before, or there was their first time or whatever. They don't know what to do, right?
Okay, I
And then
remember now.
one of them was like, "Okay, go talk to her," and he was like, "Hey," they come back. He goes, "All right, the usual stuff isn't working."
Okay, yeah, that totally went over my head for a minute. I could see you running away though.
No, in all honesty, like
I think you would
if
freeze.
I encountered that, I would probably no bullshit. I would probably freeze for a minute, like, fuck.
Yeah. So I don't know. I was just thinking of ghosts earlier because of just flipping through the channels and all the ghost stories and stuff like that, the
Yeah,
shows. I still really would have liked when I was in Vegas to go to Zach Baggins' museum.
Zach Baggins,
That's his name, isn't it?
like Frodo Baggins.
From Ghost Adventures.
I don't know. Mom watches those shows,
Oh,
but
well, he has the whole museum out there of all the artifacts that hold like the bad juju. And I was really wanting to go. It was like my last day in Vegas. And I remember the cab driver saying about it. And I remember thinking, oh, do I want to go? Do I not? And I was going back and forth. And I'm like, hell no, because on my luck, I'll take something back home with me. And then I'm never going to want to stay in the house again. And then I'm going to be homeless because I won't go in that house if I bring something back. I'd have to go get an exorcism or something, be rebaptized after I visit a scary place like that.
okay, that's fair, I
Yeah.
guess.
So I don't know. That just made me think of it.
Hi, Shannon. Thanks for joining us.
Hello. Happy Sunday. Happy, lovely Sunday.
Oh
I
yeah,
can't believe
it's
I'm still
beautiful,
drinking
isn't it?
coffee.
Yeah, I'm
This,
eager to see how that's going to turn out.
I don't know. I'm going to be crashing sometime soon.
You know, if you didn't get up at 5 in the morning, like, you know what? Do yourself,
I would love to sleep in. I
then
can't.
just do it.
I can't. Like today was 5:30. And then I woke up. I had one cup of coffee. I sat outside for a little bit. And then I came back in. I made a pot of coffee.
Drink that.
And then I tried laying back down for a little bit. And I almost got like elbowed in the face from you. So then I decided to really give you a nice Sunday morning and put a bunch of lotion
You
on
might
my
want to finish
hands.
that.
Give you a nice like back rub.
That
So
was
I
nice.
figured this way, like if I was already awake, you weren't gonna be pissy with me that I'm waking you up. And granted it was like 7 o'clock in the morning by that time. So yeah, but in all honesty, I would love to just lay down till 7 o'clock in the morning. That's why today I was like, okay, it's a lazy Sunday. Let's go and just watch Supernatural.
Yeah.
And then you got on your kick in here of doing stuff.
Yeah, it's shit to do in the shop, you know. Right? Look, I don't laying in the bed all day watching TV.
Once in a while is nice.
Once in a great while is nice, but at the same time, it's like I don't want to be in the bed all fucking day. You know, I
So then
want
I'll
to do
just
stuff.
come out here and get all nice and toasty.
You know, you kind of are like a cat.
Hi, Aaron.
Hi, sissy.
What
I
do
love
you mean
you.
I'm kind of like a cat?
Because look at you, you're like doing your.
I know I can't find though. Like, I need a
An ottoman,
yes,
and
I
kind of
need-
like the one I wanted to buy, and you're like, no, I really don't need that. Yeah, see how that
yeah. I
works?
guess we could probably use it here. Like, I
No,
just can't get comfy. My pillow and
I don't think the viewers want to hear about how you can't get comfy though.
shut up. Well, you pick
Well, 5.
4.
Jesus Christ.
What does he have to do with anything?
Well, it is Sunday. My God, man.
So what else is new?
Well,
You're taking over today.
Maverick has
I'm the co-host.
today is
What?
Maverick's last performance for the musical at the school. Which actually he's excited for.
I think so he can sleep in or after school kind of chill out and come home and relax.
He's been super busy. But like I said yesterday, you know, these kids have busted their asses and it shows. You know, hard work pays off and it's evident when you go watch that musical. So,
What kind of guitar is that?
what the
What? I was just looking.
squirrel? Good Lord,
It's the
woman.
coffee. I'm blaming the coffee today.
That is an Epiphone.
Really, I don't know how. Not really. Like I'm questioning you on that, but I remember having a guitar and I tried to learn. I can't do it. For one, I don't know how you guitar players can do it with the calluses, and then it just feels like you're slicing your finger open until
Well,
you get the callus. 2,
Yeah.
no way in hell I'm cutting my nails. But how does that one, this Esteban or Stefan, whatever his name is, he has like really long nails and he plays guitar.
I don't know who the fuck you're talking about.
Esteban guitar. That's the one guitar that I got when I was younger. An Esteban guitar. Don't look at me like I'm crazy. It's true. True story.
I can't even begin to think about elaborating on that because I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
I don't know. Guitars.
Being a guitarist, like playing guitar,
It's like playing
yeah,
the piano.
yeah, you're gonna like it'll hurt your fingertips for a while until you develop calluses and what in the ass?
No, you don't have calluses on your
No, because I haven't been
fingertips.
playing like I used to. That's
Still,
why it hurts right now when I play for a couple hours.
get back to it.
But
What is one instrument that you wish you can like completely perfect?
me?
No, the fucking wall.
You were looking at the TV. What the fuck
Well,
do you want from
well,
me?
what do you think? I'm talking to you. They're also chiming in too, but I was asking you.
What's one instrument I want to perfect?
Yes, if you can choose one.
Like an organ?
I thought you were going to say like an organ donor.
No, never mind.
I can play organ.
You know what? I played guitar for many years since I was in high school. I've been playing guitar.
Besides the fucking guitar, I'm talking
And
about in general.
would you shut the fuck up so I can answer your goddamn question, woman?
Fine. Well, hurry up. You're taking too long. You got me till like 99, hun. 99 years old.
You know, by the time we're in our 60s,
Mm.
I can see that I've eventually it's going to go back to like the 40s. You're going to be going on, so I'll just shut up.
My pillow's still like. Ooh, there it
Is there
goes.
literally a squirrel in your head right now?
No, my pillow
Like,
is like I gotta find the right. There it is.
I want them to hear this.
Okay.
If you can hear that,
I don't
that's what I deal with in my fucking ear. Every
So I have this. Stop messing with my microphone.
Start learning how to do
So I
shit
have
right.
this pillowcase, and then ever since I was little, and I have to rub it in order to go to sleep. And when we were dating, he had no problem listening to this. You never bitched once. Then all of a sudden, we get married, and you're like, get away from, shut up. And I'm like, you never crapped about it
Okay, but when
until after we got married. What was that? You were like hiding it for all those years. And I'm thinking, oh, wow, one person that doesn't bitch about like my sleeping, trying to fall asleep.
I was just being
my
nice.
Pillowcase.
I was just being nice.
Yeah. So.
But you also got progressively aggressive with it. It's like, it's like, oh my God, woman, stop. I have a hangover and you're right in my ear.
No. But if like something helped you fall asleep, I wouldn't, make you stop. Right?
That's why I took a drink of my pot.
Why do you turn it this way? I don't understand. Because if I'm talking right like this.
You are so harebrained right now. Like you're all over the goddamn place. Like your ADHD is showing.
I don't have ADHD.
My dick.
Nobody wants to hear about that right now.
What?
I need more coffee.
No, I don't think you do.
It's like my
You
coffee's
need
almost out.
no more
I probably
caffeine.
should hydrate with water today.
You need zero caffeine in addition.
We need a coffee maker in here. Anyways.
I wanted to bring the
What?
we got the
That works. I want to bring the
I'm gonna hurt you, I swear to God. We got the thing where you put the big water into it and it's a dispenser, right? You get the hot fucking stop. Oh my God.
Okay, the water dispenser. I'm listening. Go ahead. They're listening.
I wanted to bring that in here and put like liquor in it.
Oh my God.
Okay.
I could see maybe in the summer if you make like kind of like a
jungle
punch.
juice.
Yeah, or like a punch or something. I don't know.
I like that idea.
Possibly.
Oh my God.
Maybe. What the hell is that noise?
I don't
hear it?
I don't know. I hear rain.
Well, I hear this humming noise and it's getting really annoying.
Wow.
What?
Like I ooh, fill it with sangria.
There you go. That's what I'm thinking. Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. Where my ex-sister-in-law would always make it where she'd cut up the grapes and the
I don't know if I've ever had sangria.
chunks of stuff, the fruit.
I don't know.
No.
Aaron, you got to come out here sometime. You got to come do this with us sometime, for real.
Yeah, we could have like a bunch of different people. Because
Tell
I can only
stories.
deal with him for so long, and I just need new people to socialize with.
Let me tell you, right now, dealing with you is It's like a yo-yo.
I need something. Somebody give me something to drink.
I don't know what to tell you.
Hey,
We don't
over
have
there.
a crew here.
I need a drink over here now. Pronto.
Facts. I want to come. Hell yeah.
Do me a favor. It's
No.
easier for you to get up. Can you grab me my water, please? Pretty please.
Can't you do need new people? I feel so bad for you.
Wow. Well, it's funny because
on that note,
there's times when we're doing our pre-recorded podcast stuff, and he goes, I don't want to sound like a news anchor. I don't want to sound like this. So I was like, okay, well then talk. Well, I'm just the co-host. Okay, well then co-host, like now he has to run out on me and then leave me to myself. And then when I come back and talk about something, all of a sudden he's like, well, you're sounding like this news anchor. Okay, well, talk. I mean, I need kind of you to give me feedback and other ideas. And then other times he'll just be like, so what else is going on? And I'm supposed to think of stuff. And he's normally quicker off his feet. And it's like, well, chime in and talk about it. And he could have at least brought me my drink before he decided to leave. So then now it's just the Cat show, not the Dean and Cat show, or Cat and Dean show. God, it is a Sunday, isn't it? So what else is going on out there in Facebook land? You forgot to bring me my water before you left me high and dry, my dear. Look at that. With a smirk on your face. No, see, he brings me the water after he leaves. Look at that. See, Aaron's like, oh, got up and got me my water.
Yeah,
I was parched.
I'll parch you.
I was fully parched.
Oh, Lord.
I need everyone's help out there today.
Yeah,
we talked about the other day on Facebook Live and on our pre-recorded session. But since now we have people that are around the Will County area, if you know of anyone that you want to nominate for a hometown hero, send me an email with the story behind it, because I really want to do a recognition to 2 people around the area that deserve to be noticed. And once I get a good amount of submissions, I want to reward 2 people and give them credit of saying kind of like a, hey, thank you. You mean something to this person. You know, maybe helped them out or did something that you didn't think was a big deal, but it was to that person. So whether you have somebody that you'd want to nominate for a hometown hero or know somebody that would like to do that, pass the word on. And I would really like to hear some stories.
You know, in all honesty, I don't want to do that once. I think that's something that we should do.
Kind of on a month-to-month basis?
Like maybe once a month, every couple months, every 3 months, whatever, something like that. You know, because people deserve recognition. Some people don't want recognition.
I know, and a lot of times it's the people that don't want it that all the more I want to recognize sometimes.
Yeah.
Just in my own passing and experience. And well, for the longest time, and it's funny because sometimes when I was working and on payday, I'd go and I'd stop at Dunkin' Donuts, and people would always laugh about like, you're buying somebody's coffee because obviously they have the money, but
paying it forward.
Yeah, it's a simple gesture of like, hey. So I would give the person, I would ask the cashier or at the register, and I'm like, how much is the person behind me their order? And I'm like, well, here, I want to pay their order. And I had one person, and I tried to sometimes, a lot of time, would pull away fast because I didn't need the thank you or anything like that. But the one time I was pulling away and I had to stop to, put my stuff away, and the person beeped and they said, thank you so much. Like, that really made my morning. I knew they had money because they wouldn't be in line if they didn't.
Yeah.
But
You know,
like different stuff like that, it's just
it's like the time, um, it was a few years ago. Uh, I, I I had to go out to Indiana for something. I was kind of between here and there at the time,
hmm
and I stopped at a gas station. What I needed gas, wanted to get snacks, drink, whatever. And there was this girl, little lady, uh, working the register, and just because I was picking shit up, I looked over, I go, went up to the register, and I'm paying for all my shit. What I get? Cigarettes, an energy drink or two,
hmm
like I think a snack, and like a small bouquet of flowers. You know what I mean? And I paid and gave him a bag of stuff and everything, and then I handed the flowers back to her. I go, "These are for you."
Aw.
She goes, "What? Those are for you. Have a good day." And she just the look on her face, and I've never told anybody. Well, I did mention this to you like a while back. Just I think there was a reason for it because we were in this type of a conversation,
Okay. I say
but I
I
never told
remember.
anybody that. And it literally was just to be, I wanted to make someone smile.
Yeah.
That's it. You know,
I
like
feel like there's times I think
it helped that she was a female,
well, thank God for that.
but
I think I'm what do they say, an empath? Because there's been times I've been out at the store and I'd pass somebody and I really felt sad for this person.
why?
I don't know. Like, I just got this complete overwhelming feeling of sadness. Now, in turn, which just reminded me of when Maverick, and myself, we went to Lowe's. And do you remember when I told you, like, I was walking and down one of the aisle, and you and Maverick were kind of somewhere close in a different aisle, and a guy passed me, and he all of a sudden turned back, and he goes, "I don't. I hope I don't offend you, but I don't know if that was your husband outside. I saw you guys smoking." And he goes, "My wife passed away from smoking," and he told me something. And he goes, "And I hope I'm not overstepping boundaries, but I hope you guys are able to find a way to quit smoking." And it was all of a sudden like I fully thought of my dad, because my dad, my parents never smoked or anything. And I remember it was a big thing of my dad trying to tell me to stop smoking. And I felt like that should have been coming from him, because I would have never had some stranger just kind of really kind of tread lightly and say like I hope I'm not overstepping, but I really hope you guys can find help for that. And
I have people approach me a lot of times simply saying that they hope I can find help.
do you look like you need help when you're out? Like, I
No, no,
hope you can.
I think in general people just realize that I probably need help.
You look like you really need help there. I hope you find it. But it
They're
was
like,
such a
what is wrong
weird
with you?
experience though. And we really have been kind of on this trend of trying to quit smoking.
Okay.
Why does it have to be so damn hard?
I
It
have
sucks.
like my mom when I got out of the army and I came back home, like I had nowhere to go. You-
Right.
Obviously, I had no choice. I had to come back home for a little while, and I remember mom looking at me. She goes, just stop. I'm like, it doesn't work like that.
Just quit. Just do
Like,
it.
it doesn't work like that. And then for between that time and now, there's been instances here and there, and I say it. I was like, I enjoy smoking. I don't want to quit. I enjoy it. You know, um, but I am at that point now that I fully understand that I really need to. It's been too much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think, I've quit cold turkey several times, and I can kick myself in the ass for lighting up again, because it's nothing worse when you tell yourself, like, okay, if I end up in the hospital or something, I'm going to quit. I'm not going to go out of the hospital and light up. And sure shit, I did. And I hate it because I remember when I first lit the cigarette, it tasted terrible. And that was the moment I literally should have just put it out. But I was like, a couple more drags. And then I started smoking again. And it was like when before winter, we were talking about it of, we both got the patches and everything. And it was like, okay, this winter we're going to do
We're
it.
gonna do this.
I'm not getting
It's
fully
on.
bundled up and standing outside freezing my ass off. And of course, this winter it wasn't like a cold spell or anything, and we're still out there. And I'm like, but I think one thing that
My problem is I do still enjoy it.
I do too.
I still enjoy smoking, but I do 100% recognize and realize that I have to do it a whole lot fucking less. And I think that's even probably hard. I don't know. I don't know if that'd be harder than quitting altogether or the other way around.
I envy the people that could be social smokers. They could not smoke every day at all. And then they can have one or two cigarettes being out with somebody and then go right back to not smoking. I wish I was able to do that. If I
Yeah.
could do that, it would be a lot easier. But I think what hit home of like, hey, hun, we really do need to try to work on this is when Maverick brought it up. Do you remember that?
No.
We were in the car and then he was talking about it and asking like about us quitting. And he mentioned something about, for you to be around for a while. And I think for me, that was just like a kind of a wake up moment. And I know sometimes you think I harp on you about it, of like you're going outside again. But I think it's mostly I do that when I hear him say that. And all of a sudden I was like, I get it, because he wants his dad around.
And you know what? There's something I have thought of was, um, okay, if I can successfully kick and stop,
Yeah, yeah.
you know what I mean? I do still, I would still enjoy a cigar.
Yeah.
And here's the thing, and I know I've said this before, you know, I love a good cigar. But the fact that I am a smoker and I smoked for I don't know how many years, I actually truly uh, am not able to enjoy a cigar 100% because I smoke. For
Oh,
example,
because of like the taste and stuff like
it's
that.
not just the taste; it's the effect. For example, Bill, if
Mhm.
he lights a cigar up, said, "Hey, come on, you want to have a cigar? Hell yeah, let's do a cigar." He'll get a buzz from a cigar. Now, and that's the thing about all the different kinds of cigars.
Okay.
You know, what you'll hear a lot from cigar aficionados is the kind of buzz that you'll get from it. I don't get that buzz
Oh, because
because I'm a
you're a
smoker.
smoker.
I don't get that buzz now, and that's where in my head I'm like, okay, if I can actually successfully quit smoking, I will still enjoy cigars.
Mm-hmm.
I will. You know what I'm saying? But on top of that, I'll probably enjoy it to its fullest.
Yeah, because you'll have senses come back and
You know what I
everything.
mean?
That was one thing when I did quit for, what was it? I think I quit for like 13 days, 18 days or something. It was the longest freaking couple weeks. But I always thought it was bullshit when they were like, "Oh yeah, your senses will come back." I'm thinking, okay. I could smell from blocks away somebody smoking.
Yeah.
I really was able to smell things better, taste things more. But it's just like, it sucks because at what point do you quit? You want to quit before something medically happens to you.
Yes, absolutely. And that's been on my mind lately too.
And it's like, and it sucks. Like I keep telling myself, okay, that's why when you're at work, I think I only smoke a couple times. I go outside only a couple times, but it's when I'm hanging around you, and it's not to, put blame on you, but I feel like I tend to smoke more when you're around. And then you get the nice weather and that's why my goal was to
Yeah.
technically try to do it before winter.
And I never said anything to you, but I kind of had a loose goal. You could call it that, I guess, because I never really, if I'm being honest, I never actually put the effort into it.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, of either quitting or severely cutting back by the time of Maverick's birthday party,
Oh yeah.
to where, like, at the party, I would just enjoy a couple cigars. Because that's another thing about a cigar is, depending on what kind it is or how big it is, like, I mean, you got to dedicate time to that. Like,
Yeah, it's not just hurry up, inhale the damn thing.
yeah, it's not just
Yeah.
no. Cigars. A cigar is something you sit down and you relax for a while and you slowly enjoy. Even better if you have like a nice scotch. Well,
Or,
that's not
I
scotch,
can
but
do with my water. But I think that would be something to, I really want to in the near future to work on. Whether or not you're joining that train with me, it'd be great. But
what train with you?
the smoking train,
Oh, okay.
shit, whatever. What train are we going on?
We should do that. You know what? I want to find
I would like to do those trains.
whoa.
No, no. I mean, like the scenic trains.
Yeah,
You
that's
go
exactly what I
across,
was getting to.
you go across country or whatever.
I rode a train.
You wrote a train?
No, I rode
Oh,
a
okay.
train from Dallas, Texas, back to Joliet when I was a senior in high school.
Was it like the sleeper car ones or just
I didn't have a sleeper car; I just had a general seat.
Oh, see, I'd like the
Granted,
dinner
I
trains.
most definitely slept in that seat uncomfortably, but
I want to do the whole though. It's like the dinner trains, the dinner cars and everything, sleepers.
I like the car with the bar. The bar car?
Car bar.
Something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, old school like that. That'd be cool as hell.
Or a steam engine train.
Yeah, good luck.
They had one that came through here.
Oh yeah, there's one
you
that
see
goes.
that?
There's one that goes. Fuck, that goes everywhere. I think.
Yeah, it came through. I want to say, I think it was like Wilmington or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You asked me about bucket list stuff.
Yeah.
I definitely not going to happen this summer. But this is actually something I brought up to Bill a few months ago. Once this 50 Chevy's done, I told him, I go, dude, you know what I'd like to do is we take our cars and drive out to the salt flats in Utah. Because when when I drove out to California, 2016.
I couldn't even imagine driving out to California, but okay.
When I drove out to California in 2016, I took I-80 the whole way, and it was the longest drive, but it was an incredible drive, incredibly scenic. Nebraska doesn't fucking end, I'll tell you that much. Because you're literally driving the whole length of it. But still, it was really awesome. Um, and by the time I got to what is it, Wyoming? Was it Wyoming? I think it was Wyoming and Nevada and all that. It was just open.
Just open road. You know what probably
I
was it like how okay, because I've been to Vegas, but that was, on an airplane. So I've never driven like anywhere west. But is it where like it's open road and then dips down and then all of a sudden it's like the mountains and everything, like the Rockies and all that? Like, kind of
there
like
there's
that.
there's a couple spots similar to that.
I think that would be pretty.
When you're going through, now maybe it was my geography knowledge is really, but it was either Wyoming or Montana, maybe both. I don't know, but after a certain point, like all it was, like it was desolate, just 100% desolate, hilly, curvy, up and
Somehow
down.
I'm starting to picture the hills have eyes.
No, because there's nothing but desert around you.
Yeah, the hills have eyes.
Yeah. Well, I had a 45, so.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, that's where my song
Oh,
109, that's how I
that's how you got
the
that
opening
idea.
lyrics to that song was cruising through a desert about 109 with whiskey and a fully loaded 45. Really, I was actually going 110, but 109 works better lyrically. And I had a fully loaded 45 right next to me. I just didn't have the
Can
whiskey.
you imagine being in that kind of thing that happens?
I
Like
tell you
the
what,
hills
there
have eyes.
there was one spot that I might have still been in Nebraska at the time, like at the end of is that west, at the
Oh,
far west end of it. I'm not sure, but I knew I needed to pull off and refuel. So I had Bill's diesel
card.
truck.
Oh, okay. I'd be like,
Okay,
Bill gave you his card. That's really
no, I took his truck, and it was diesel, but it also had the fuel tank in the bed of the truck.
oh, okay.
So like I could stop for fuel if I needed fuel, but at the same time, I'm really happy I had that because again, there was places like there's no gas station for like probably 100 miles. So I
Yeah,
stopped. I was like, I'm paying attention. I'm like, all right, there's a truck stop over there, and
did you see a UFO?
take your lips and press them together. Now leave it like that until I'm done. uh,
You're a dick. It's like, were
anyways,
you going to give me an example here?
now I was like, all right, there's a truck stop. I'm gonna pull off here and refuel whatever. And I get into the truck stop, and I'm using air quotes for a reason because by the time I pulled into the lot, I was like, I could have swore there was lights on this motherfucker. All right, cool. And
Were they getting held up?
this truck stop, like I, in all honesty, I don't know when the last time it actually was open and operating. Now that I have been in the lot of it, there now mind you, there was all kinds of trucks, like semi trucks parked there, like they parked to sleep for the night,
Yeah.
you know. But at the same time, looking at the building and whatever in the surroundings, I'm like,
Kind of like I just entered a horror film.
yeah, seriously, I'm
Like
like, I
that.
feel like some decrepit clown is about to come out here. I am not afraid of clowns at all. They don't bother me, okay? But that's the feeling it gave me. Like some decrepit ass
Ew.
clown was
I
about
feel
to
like,
come
yeah,
out
I'm out of
stalking me.
here.
I was like, dude, what the fuck? Because I had to pee too, like really bad. So, all right, cool. I'm gonna refuel this thing just right here and pee, but I'm
Like, I'm
open
hurrying
this.
my ass up.
I opened the center console. I grabbed that 45 and put it in my waistband. I chambered around. I'm like, all right, fuel's pumping. I'm peeing. And I'm like,
Feel like no clowns better come
oh,
out of
fucking
here.
hell, man. I got done. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. This is weird.
Oh God. Well, I think we're gonna try and have. It'd be cool to have Eric and Stephanie come out later on
Yeah,
and
I mean,
do a session.
you want to do another live one?
Yeah,
Oh my
with Eric
god.
and Stephanie.
I mean, we
Can
could
you?
try and do another live one. I don't know how long. You know what? And I don't. We honestly don't know how many of you are still watching. It doesn't tell
Well,
us
it
these
no,
things.
it doesn't. It doesn't even say anymore like who's on, but it does come up on where people can watch it later
Oh
too.
yeah, you're
And so
right. It
we
does.
get the views later too as well. But I don't know. It was just something different to do, you know.
She just wanted to sit here and talk.
I did. I just wanted to chill and talk. So for now, we're gonna say goodbye. 'Cause I think we have to probably pick Maverick up too.
My stomach is making a
I
lot of
hear it.
noise.
You need to like eat something. Anyways, all right, we're gonna sign off.
Yeah.
I need to go
For now.
refill up on coffee.
I need another beer.
Yeah, I need my coffee because this ain't doing it. So have a good afternoon, and maybe we'll see you later. If not, then we'll see you sometime soon.
Yep. Take it easy.
Get your butt up.
Watch your